And we are live right on time.
Really close to on time. Well, welcome to our first ever live Getting Black Women Paid podcast. This is so exciting.
Yes, thank you all for coming. We already have people showing up and watching, so I'm so excited about this. Um, so if you haven't met us, if you don't know us, we'll quickly introduce ourselves so we can tell folks who we are. So I'm Ilika Follett, and I'm a business strategist. I work with small businesses to basically help them make more revenue and get paid. Right, I have 20 years of experience in corporate, helping Fortune 100 and Fortune 500s get paid, and now I figure I would like to work with. So I really enjoy my passion is working with small businesses and helping them get paid. So that's what I do. And Teen, I'm gonna and Teen's gonna choose herself, but I got to give a quick story about how we met. What was it, like 2 years ago now, which is wild.
Yeah,
We met,
wow.
and it was like, I think I want to be friends with her. I remember thinking that, like, we should be friends.
Yep.
But I was like, well, I don't even know this girl. How am I just going to jump in? Like, we should be friends, you know? So I was like, I'm going to just play cool, but I got a feeling we're going to be friends.
I love it. I love it. I didn't even know you had that thought because I was doing the same thing. I was like, let's not be too into it because we were the only two Black women at this
Only
event.
Black women.
And I
Yes,
didn't want to just come running up being like, hey,
we're here.
we're the same. Like,
Right.
oh, that's
Right,
so funny.
exactly. So then we just kind of stayed in touch over for about at least over the year, just every couple months reaching out. And then I think it was late last year or early this
Mhm.
year, Deanna Jean. Deanna is one of our friends, and you may have seen her on Facebook and YouTube and all those things.
Future
But
guest.
yes, future guest, right? She's gonna be our first guest on the podcast as well. Deanna and I were talking. She's like, "You should start. You should create um, like a some folks that you connect with and collaborate with on a regular basis." And I was like, "Teen, I'm gonna reach out to Teen and see if she wants to meet monthly and just kind of connect." And that's where the podcast started. So, Teen, introduce yourself to
Yes,
if you know
yes.
me.
I love it so much. So I am Teen Zekas. I am your pivot and pace strategist. I help Black women double their income by leveraging their existing skills. So we're not talking about getting 100 certifications and 3 more degrees. We are talking about leveraging your existing skills and then either getting a promotion, pivoting to a different kind of role or industry, and dramatically increasing your income. And that is what I am absolutely most passionate about. I did it myself several years ago. I went from education to software engineering, and I doubled my income in 2 years, and I more than tripled my income in less than 5 years. And along the way, I kept sort of informally mentoring Black women on doing the same thing. And I was trying to get like a speaking business going, and I was talking with a coach, and the coach that actually we met through,
Mhm.
and and she said, "Well, what gets you fired up? Like, what gets you so excited?" And I said, "Getting Black women paid." And she was like, "Get on GoDaddy, look up gettingblackwomenpaid.com, snatch it up." So that is how Getting Black Women Paid was born. And yeah, it was when I was, hanging out with Ilika. We were talking shop, talking about our businesses and everything. And it has always come up like, oh, I should have a podcast. I should have a podcast. And Ilika's like, we could do it. Right? We could do this. And what I was so excited about is, our hook is really, we're talking about getting Black women paid, but we're coming at it from two angles, right? So
Mhm.
I'm coming in on the corporate side, right? How do you climb that ladder? How do you navigate to really increase your salary or
Mhm.
maximize your benefits, right? And then
Mhm.
Ilika comes at it from the entrepreneurial side, right? So we have all of our business owners and side hustlers and all those
Mhm.
things listening as well. And so we try to tackle issues from both sides.
Mhm.
And some episodes will focus on one or the other, but I love that we can kind of bring these two perspectives together and make sure that all the different avenues for getting Black women paid are covered.
Exactly. And it's so cool because in these conversations, Teen mentioned this a bit, but we are literally getting into the meat of it, right? It's how do you negotiate your salary, your severance, your increases, your raises, right? How do you negotiate your vacation, right? Your
Yep.
vacation time. Like that's on the corporate side or on the business on that side of things. And then on the business side, we get into things like imposter syndrome. We get into things like how to increase your revenue without increasing your time, right? So we are really, really connecting and talking about these things that come up for Black women, especially when it comes to getting paid, when it comes to increasing our revenue. And we even have a few really cool upcoming episodes. And you'll hear that it's cool from me, but the folks who have watched our episodes, please comment, because it's not, because of course I think it's cool.
Right.
We have people who are watching consistently every week. And Teens even had some really cool testimonials that people have reached out to you saying,
Yeah.
what was the woman when you were speaking on stage? You would tell that story really quickly.
When I was speaking on stage?
When you were speaking on stage and she made a call to like she got a call like from her company and
Oh. So this woman had been offered a promotion with a $6,000 raise, and she was watching me talk over the weekend about the salary you deserve, right? How to really believe what you deserve and how to get that. And she was like, while I was talking, she was like, let me send out an email. Could we talk on Monday? we gotta figure this out. And she ended up increasing that to a $12,000 raise. So she doubled the raise. And then we met. Then she signed up for a session with me, and we talked about imposter syndrome. We talked about mindset work and all those things. And she ended up accepting an email from a recruiter that normally she would have ignored because she thought the role was too advanced for her, or it was too high of a level. She got that role and doubled that salary. So even after the raise, I think she was at around 90,000. The next role was 198.
Exactly.
And that was, again, no extra degrees, right? No certifications. It was the confidence and the realization, hey, I can do this work and this is what I deserve.
Right.
And it was just, those are the things that just get me glowing for weeks.
Exactly. So even as we're talking about like our whys, why we wanted to do this podcast, it goes into these types of stories, right?
Yeah.
And it's the mindset and the confidence, and it's also the tools, right? The strategies that you're providing, for really allowing Black women to step into our revenue, right? Into our income, into the things that, and stop playing these games behind people, right? And I call it games, but I mean, somebody's playing a game by trying to pay us less, right? Somebody's playing a game, and we no longer have to,
Yeah.
or at least we get to win.
And not only are we talking about the tangible strategies, right? The actionable strategies, but we're also just talking about some of the issues we all face. I had someone talk to me. She said she was watching our episode on code switching, and she said she was cracking up just all the things that we go through that are common experiences for us, but that where we feel so alone, especially if we're the only one on our team or in our organization or what have you. And so we're also talking about that stuff, right? We're talking about hair, right? We're talking about those things that come up for Black women that that you're not going to get anywhere else, that you're not going to be talking about anywhere else.
Right, exactly. And it's consistent for us, and what I love is that as we bring on our more guests, right, who are also sharing strategies and sharing, mindset tips and things that they're sharing experiences, as we're talking about these different things, many times along with the code switching, we tend to think that we're the only one, right? So when you actually are listening to some of these episodes that we have, you may hear yourself in these episodes, in some of our experiences or our clients' experiences or our guests' experiences. And there's something about hearing yourself in that allows you to say, you know what, I can step out of it too. I can overcome this, or I can jump through this, or I can stand in this, because, and I always look at it as whether you're someone who is in corporate making 100,000 or 200,000 and looking to get to that next level because you see everybody around you actually making more because they decided to pay you less. I've been there. But whether you're that person or you're this business owner who's like, I should be charging more, I'm over delivering every time. And why does this keep happening for me? that's why it was so important for us to look at it on both sides, because
Yeah.
we know and support so many Black women who are on both sides of that.
Mhm. And
Mhm.
more and more folks are doing both,
Right.
right? The more we know that a job is not the steady income we thought because there's layoffs
Mhm.
every which way, right? So a lot of folks are diversifying their income, right? And so we have folks who
100%.
are, doing the corporate job and trying to build a side hustle, right? And so,
Mhm.
the more that people are expanding the ways that they earn money, the more we need to stick together and have a community where we're talking about these things. So
Mhm.
that's why it's so important. And I'm so excited we're doing it. This has
Yes.
been so exciting. I think maybe just for the details for folks, we drop episodes every week on Tuesdays.
Mhm.
So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you can listen to the audio only, wherever you get your podcasts. But episodes drop on Tuesdays, except for this bonus, bonus live episode.
Right.
We're gonna be
Right.
popping in the middle of the week, but
Mhm.
yeah, and then we'll be having guests.
Mhm.
If you are interested in being a guest, we have a form you can fill out to apply.
Mhm.
I'll pop the link to the website in the chat, and
Yeah.
then folks can go from there. But it's gettingblackwomenpaid.com/podcast. And then from there, if you want to fill out the application, please do.
Yeah.
We wanna again diversify who we're hearing from so that more and more people can see themselves in what we're doing.
Exactly.
Oh,
Speaking of,
I don't have
huh?
access to the
Oh, that's weird.
chat. Um, so
Let me try it.
maybe can you
Yep.
put it in there?
Yep. I'm doing it right now.
All right, sorry folks.
Black women paid.
Technology, y'all. The code switching episode was hilarious. Yeah. Oh, Shonda, hey, good to see
The
you.
voices, I'm sure.
Oh, right, Ailika did her customer service voice, or no, I tried to do my customer service voice.
Yeah.
You did your business, non-threatening version
Right.
of Ailika, yeah.
Non-threatening Black woman voice is what I thought I needed to do, right? It's wild how we all think that.
Mm,
Um, I put it in the comments. Let's see if it goes to, oh, yeah, it should go
okay,
through.
yeah, I see it.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, so yeah, so they're on the website. You should be able to scroll down and you can find the application if you want to be a guest. Also, it's a
Mhm.
great place to, get info on all on the episodes and on us again, why we're doing this stuff. So,
Right. And when it comes to, the why, right? Because I know you've got some things coming up, and I've got some things coming up that we wanted to kind of mention here too. When it comes to your why is it so important to you
mm,
uh, that to support Black women getting paid?
mm. I mean, for me, it's just the injustice of the wage gap, the wealth gap. You know, we look at Black women, we are the most certified, the most educated, the most
Mhm.
qualified, and then we're paid the least. We have the most student debt, and yet we're paid the least, right?
Mhm.
And it's just so frustrating when I look at these systems and I look at them and I think, gosh, these are so much bigger than me, right? How am I going to tear down the patriarchy and
Mhm.
white supremacy and capitalism? And then it's like, okay, well, what can I do? Well, I can help individual Black women get theirs, right?
Mhm.
I can help individual Black women overcome the systems that are imposing imposter syndrome on us, right?
Mhm.
Overcome the systems that are designed to underpay us and underserve us, undervalue us, and say, okay, well, how can we as individuals and as a community work against that so that you in your individual life, you are getting paid even while we're trying to tear down these systems, right? So that's definitely my why, and it's the biggest part that drives me to do this.
Mhm. Oh, and that's so, I mean, it's so important, right? Because it feels, I can't even think, it's devastating sometimes when you look and you see someone who is clearly overqualified for the role, clearly extremely intelligent, and she's leaning into imposter syndrome around her intelligence, around what she
Yep.
can do, because she thinks that she has to be 10 times better than everyone else around her in order to succeed, in order to
Yep.
move forward. And so this is the type of thing that gets to help folks.
Mhm.
And I think you have something coming up soon too. Um,
Yes. Yes. So if you're listening to this and you are thinking, wait, how do I elevate my career, right? How do I get to that point where I'm
Mm.
hugely increasing my salary, right? What are the strategies I'm going to need? I'm so excited. I have a free 5-day boot camp coming up. It's called the Career Elevation Boot Camp, 5 days to your next big move.
Mm.
And we are going to get into the nitty-gritty on how to strategize that move, how to set the goals that are going to get you there. And so that's coming up on June 10th. Well, it starts June 10th. So it's the whole week of June 10th. We'll be meeting every day for an hour at noon Central. And I'm so excited. Maybe I'll give you the link because I can't I can't post in the chat. But yeah, if you want to register, it is a free event. This will not be happening often that I'm going to be doing
Right.
a
I didn't know
whole
it was
5-day
free.
thing for free. So yes. So please register. The link there also gives you all the information. And if you have any questions, you can contact me through the website. So yeah, I'm so excited.
Mhm. Yeah, this is really cool. And I mean, like Teen said, this isn't something that's going to come up often. So definitely, I just put the link in the chat. Definitely, if you are looking to elevate your career, right? Get into this career elevation boot camp and let's get it moving. It's next week, right? No, not next week. What's this week? It's the
It's in
10th.
2 weeks. So, well, a week and a half.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a week and a half away. So it's
Mhm.
June 10th. That week, every day at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And she's gifting this event to you,
Yeah.
right?
And if
That's
if you're worried about the time you can't make it live, everyone who registers will also get limited time access to the replays. So, I mean, obviously the best way to get the full impact of the boot camp will be to be there in person. So, well, on Zoom, but be there live so you can get your questions answered, you can get feedback. But if you can't make it, there'll also be replays as well. Yes,
Mhm.
you are signed up. Oh, I can't wait to see
Mhm.
you.
Mina said
Oh
she
my
signed up.
goodness.
Yes. Yes. So, I mean, we have some amazing things coming, and we definitely wanted to share this with you. Also, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to, if you're more of a podcast listener, I know I'm more of a YouTube girl, and Teen's more of a podcast listener, which is amazing. I love how we get to come together even in those ways.
Yeah.
Then definitely subscribe to the podcast. We put the links here in the chat. And we also I think we put them in the chat. Did we not put them in the chat? Well, they're on the description of the videos, but I'll throw them in the chat as well because it just makes sense to be in there too for folks who are coming back and
Yeah.
watching. So we are super excited about this. This podcast for me, the reason this was so important to me is because years ago I worked in a program where I could see all the salaries. And so one of the things that I recall seeing specifically was the Black people were making less, and I did not like that. And so for me, it was important to this leans into one of my passions, which is standing up, standing up, stepping forward, and
Yes.
being here, right? Letting go of the code switching, letting go and really being us in these spaces, right? Because you get to be
Unapologetically.
exactly, and that's huge for me. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I do want to mention I have something that we are doing that's really cool. Is I'm a co-owner of a company called Leads to Funnel Pro. And one of the things that we do is we help you automate your systems. We work mostly with consulting firms, financial professionals, and agencies. And we're helping you create real automation so that you can, do the thing that you love to do, right? And we're doing it strategically. So we're taking over your tech from a strategic standpoint.
Yes.
And it's not just if you hire someone, a VA to do your tech, many times it's kind of little all over the place when you're doing it and you can't repeat it, right? So we have real strategy to come in, and I'm partnered with a guru of tech strategy, Carmela Wilson, and we come in, and then I have the sales side, and we come in and we really create that strategy for you, so that there's no lead left behind for you. You get to bring people into your into your business, into your service, and get a call scheduled with them and bring them into your program. So it's what I love.
Yes,
Right.
and this is not, and you just said some magic words. You said, "We create it for you," right? So, a lot of us are seeing, "Oh, get this tech system, it does everything," and you get in there and you're like, "I don't even know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing," right?
Right.
And this is yes, the tech will do everything for you, and you got people there who are gonna help you actually make it happen and actually do the strategies and actually implement, right? And so that
Yeah.
is just a huge piece of it, or even a done with you, right? Because that's
Right.
that's what I need. Because
Yeah.
I'm a little too hands-on still, like, it's hard for me to let go of stuff,
It's a
but I need
software
help.
engineer in you.
Yes, I am a software engineer by day, so I get a little, uh, a little
Mm.
possessive on the tech, but so it's not just that it's all the tech for every aspect of the automations that you need, but it's
Yeah.
also the people to walk you through it, to do it with you or do it for you, depending on what you want.
Yes.
So it's huge. I'm a big fan of Leads to Funnel Pro as well. So yeah, definitely take advantage if you can.
Yes, game changing. So we're gonna go ahead and finish our live. We are so excited that you came with us and that you stayed with us. We have several people that came on here and literally stayed with us throughout. And we thank you for that. It really means a lot. We thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel and to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, because
Mhm.
we really, like, it is in my heart, I'll say in both of our hearts, for this thing to really grow,
Yes.
because this message needs to be out there. It's important because
Yeah.
we're important.
I do want to ask you all a favor. I would love for everyone who is watching now, who's on here live or who's watching the replay, please share this channel with other Black women in your life. Right? The more Black women we can reach with this message and with these strategies and opening up this community to more and more Black women, the better. So, if you can share this with someone who you think would benefit from it, please do. Um, if you are listening on the podcast, if you could leave a review wherever you're listening, again, that just helps more incredible
Mhm.
Black women find the podcast and find this message. So please share as much as you can.
Yes. Thank you. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you all so much. We will see y'all on Tuesday when our next episode comes out. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.